All right, we're going to pick up our study here on our next series here on the book of Jasher, which is found in the Sefer. You can purchase the Sefer for $20 and you will get all of these books that were removed. These books are important to read because they were included in the 1611 King James First Edition Bible, and for some reason they've been removed. So I'm going to go through every book and teach it until every person that wants to hear it, until we get all this information out there. The last days, knowledge will increase, but you have to be willing to receive and accept the knowledge that is increased. And what I don't understand is, how is this quoted in the 66 and nobody asked the question of where is the book at? So, starting with the book of Jasher, chapter 1, we're going to get through it chapter by chapter, like we did the book of Jubilees, as well as how we did, we're doing the series on the book of Enoch. Chapter 1 says, And Elohim said, Let us make man in our image, after our likeness. And Elohim created man in his own image. And Elohim formed man from the ground, and he blew in his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul endowed with speech. And Yahuah said, It is not good for the man to be alone. I will make unto him a helpmeet. And Yahuah caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept, and he took away one of his ribs, and he built flesh upon it, and formed it, and brought it to Adam. And Adam awoke from his sleep, and behold, a woman was standing before him. And he said, This is a bone of my bones, and it shall be called woman, for this has been taken from man. And Adam called her name Chua, for she was the mother of all living. And Elohim blessed them and called their names Adam and Chua in the day that he created them. And Yahuah Elohim said, Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. And Yahuah took Adam and his woman, and he placed them in the Garden of Eden to dress it and to guard it. And he commanded them and said unto them, From every tree of the garden you may eat, but from the tree of knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat, for in the day that you eat thereof you shall surely die. And when Elohim had blessed and commanded them, he went from them, and Adam and his woman dwelt in the garden according to the command which Yahuah had commanded him. And the serpent which Elohim had created with them in the earth came to them to incite them to transgress the commandment of the Most High, which he had commanded them. And the serpent enticed and persuaded the woman to eat from the tree of knowledge. And the woman hearkened to the voice of the serpent, and she transgressed the word of Yahuah, and took from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, and she ate, and she took from it, and gave also to her man, and he ate. And Adam and his woman transgressed the command of Elohim, which he commanded them. And Elohim knew it, and his anger was kindled against them, and he cursed them. And Yahuah drove them that day from the Garden of Eden to till the ground from which they were taken. And they went and dwelt at the east of the Garden of Eden. And Adam knew his woman Chua, and she bore 2 sons and 3 daughters. So they did not have any type of sexual intercourse until they left the garden. And she called the name of the firstborn Cain, saying, I have obtained a man from Yahuah. And another of the name of the other she called Abel, for she said, In vanity we came into the earth, and in vanity we shall be taken from it. And the boys grew up, and their father gave them a possession in the land, and Cain was a tiller of the ground, and Abel a keeper of sheep. And it was at the expiration of a few years that they brought an approximating offering to Yahuah. And Cain brought from the fruit of the ground, and Abel brought from the firstlings of his flock, from the fat thereof. And Elohim turned and inclined to Abel in his offering, and a fire came down from Yahuah and consumed it. And unto Cain and his offering, Yahuah did not turn. He did not incline to it, for he had brought from the inferior fruit of the ground before Yahuah. And Cain was jealous against his brother Abel on account of this, and he sought a pretext to kill him. And in some time after, Cain and Abel, his brother, went one day into the field to do their work, and they were both in the field. Cain tilling, plowing his ground, and Abel feeding his flock. And the flock passed that part which Cain had plowed to the ground, and it sorely grieved Cain on this account. And Cain approached his brother Abel in anger, and he said unto him, What is there between me and you, that you come to dwell and bring your flock to feed in my land? And Abel answered his brother Cain and said unto him, What is there between me and you, that you shall eat the flesh of my flock and clothe yourself with their wool? And now therefore put off the wool of my sheep with which you have clothed yourself, and recompense me for their fruit and flesh which you have eaten. And when you shall have done this, I will then go from your land, as you have said. And Cain said to his brother Abel, Surely if I kill you this day, who will require blood from me? And Abel answered Cain, saying, Surely Elohim, who has made us in the earth, He will avenge my cause. He will require my blood from you, should you kill me. For Yahuah is the judge and the arbiter. And it is he who will requite man according to his evil, and the wicked man according to the wickedness that he may do upon earth. And now if you shall kill me here, surely the Most High knows your secret views and will judge you for the evil which you did declare to do unto me this day. And when Cain heard the words which Abel his brother had spoken, behold, the anger of Cain was kindled against his brother Abel for declaring this thing. And Cain hastened and rose up and took the iron part of his plowing instrument, with which he suddenly killed his brother and smote his brother and killed him. And Cain split the blood of his brother Abel upon the earth, and the blood of Abel streamed upon the earth before the flock. And after this, Cain repented, having slain his brother, and he was sadly grieved, and he wept over it, and he vexed him exceedingly. And Cain rose up and dug a hole in the field wherein he put his brother's body, and he turned the dust over. So he killed him, and then he turned around and buried him. We don't know that, but the 66 don't tell you that. And Yahuah knew what Cain had done to his brother. And Yahuah appeared to Cain and said unto him, where's Abel, your brother, that was with you? And Cain dissembled and said, I do not know. Am I to guard my brother? And Yahuah said unto him, what have you done? The voice of your brother's blood cries unto me from the ground where you have killed him. For you have killed your brother and have dissembled before me, and did imagine in your heart that I saw you not, nor knew all your actions. But you did this thing and did kill your brother for naught, and because he spoke rightly to you. And now therefore cursed be you from the ground which opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand, and wherein you did bury him. And it shall be, when you shall till it, it shall no more give you its strength as in the beginning. For thorns and thistles shall the ground produce, and you shall be moving and wandering in the earth until the day of your death. And at that time Cain went out from the presence of Yahuah, from the place where he was, and he went moving and wandering in the land toward the east of Eden, he and all that belonged to him. And Cain knew his woman in those days, and she conceived and bore a son, and he called his name Enoch, not the Enoch the prophet, saying, in that time Yahuah began to give him rest and quiet in the earth. And at that time Cain also began to build a city. He built the city, and he called the name of the city Enoch, according to the name of his son. For in those days Yahuah had given him rest upon the earth, and he did not move about and wander as in the beginning. And Irad was born to Enoch. So Irad begat Methuselah, and Methuselah begat Methuselah, and Methuselah begat Lamech. So wow. So this is where you find, okay, so that's how Noah came about. Wow. So Noah came about through the lineage of Cain. Wow. So Noah came about during the lineage of Cain. I'm going to read that again. That's verse 35 says, and at that time, Cain also began to build a city, and he built the city, and he called the name of the city Enoch, according to the name of his son. For in those days, Yahuah had given him rest upon the earth, and he did not move about and wander as in the beginning. And Irad was born to Enoch, and Irad begat Methuselah, and Methuselah begat Methuselah, and Methuselah begat Lamech. Wow. That's good. Okay, so that concludes our segment on the book of Jasher, chapter 1. Please like this video, share this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Visit us online at www.kns-ministries.org. Be blessed on purpose.